Hey folks, it is the Nutty Knife Guy with my new video making hat. Today we have almost every knife in my collection, part 2. Like before, it's going to be a lightning round. There are probably some knives I missed. As a matter of fact, I know there is, because my EDC Kubi that I have made a video on, so you can go look that up, is upstairs because it's my EDC when I go out, and I'm not at the moment out because I'm in, so it's upstairs and I don't want to take my bad leg all the way upstairs to go get it. Sorry. And there will be, as before, there will be a few in-go packs and things like that, or just lying around that I forgot about. I have a lot of knives, so we shall begin with a Kershaw Walmart special, the 2020 WM. I did a desktop review of this one. This is my around the house everyday carry. I always have this on me when I'm around the house. I go to my Kubi when I leave the house. Like I said, did a review. This is a good knife. Could have been a really good knife. Would have never been a great knife, but it could have been a really good knife if they'd have finished it. You can see the review on that. Another one, and the next one is a little Kershaw. Do they have a model number on this thing? 2020 WM FAB, I think it says. But it came in the same gift pack as the previous Kershaw. There were two of these in there. I have another one that is in one of my first aid kits that I keep in a go pack. Nice sharp knife. Nice. This one I use as kind of a desk knife. Letter opener, package opener, and things you use a knife for when you're around your desk. This one, I also have two of these. The other one is in a go pack. A Walmart. This is just a Ozark Trail Walmart multi-tool knife. Also did a review on this one. Not a bad knife. Could have been a lot better. Spyderco Tenacious, which hasn't been opened in a while, or oiled. My bad. I apologize to the gods of fiery steel. Spyderco, only Spyderco in my collection. I think they're ugly. I think this is ugly, but it's a Spyderco. Everybody knows it's Tenacious. But I do have to oil that puppy. A Reek, whatever, model 804. Gentleman's Folder. I think it's model 804. Let me make sure. I take that back. It's a P848B. This is what I call a gentleman's folder. I also did a full review on this one. Won this from Atlantic Knife in a giveaway. Woohoo! Great little gentleman's folder. Not really suitable for EDC for all the reasons I go into in the review. A Boker Plus. Model number. Boy, I haven't looked at a lot of these folders in a long time. Can't make out the model number, but it's a nice little folder. The biggest problem is it had a tendency to come open in the pocket because this was loose, and I kept trying to tighten the pivot screw, and I tightened it to the point where I thought it was going to strip, and it was still loose. This is a Special Forces brand out to front. I don't like out to fronts. This is the only out to front I have in my collection. I think I paid $60 for this, and probably got overcharged at a flea market, but I did want at least one out the front in my collection to have one in my collection. I don't like out the fronts for a lot of reasons, which may be a video into itself. Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops with no additional mark. Oh, wait a second, here we go. Old eyes. SWFR2S. I EDC'd this briefly It's a good knife. I didn't have any problems with it, but I just don't like serrations. And I have been slowly weaning my collection off of serrations. It's got this nice rubberized coating on anodized aluminum. It's got good lockup. You couldn't go, yeah, it's not too bad. The Gerber Icon. EDC'd this for a long time. Gerber has a hit and miss reputation with quality, and there were a lot of bad reviews on this one. Evidently, I got a really good one because I carried this for a long time with no problems. It's a very big knife, but it's still very light, good in the hand, but again, abandoned because of serrations. I have two paraframes, Gerber paraframes. One I bought, one was a gift. And the Gerber paraframe is well known. It's a frame lock, a good little utility thing. Not much good as a personal protection tool, just because the handle is small and slippery. But just for an around the house, open Amazon boxes, you know, general utility, not bad. This is a Smith & Wesson cutting horse. This was $5 at a Dollar General store, I think. Try to find the model number. CH0029, if I can read that right, if I read that right. Not a bad little thing, again, nice for a general cutting tool. For your average everyday pocket knife use. I think these, when these first came out, they were like 20 bucks. Like I said, I picked it up for $5 at a dollar store. You know, glove box knife, regular pocket knife, fishing tackle box knife. The Schrade XT11C, designed by Stuart A. Taylor, if that means anything. It's kind of got it's got this nice little almost spear point, but I would call it a drop point. This has seen some use. I did carry it for a couple of months at one point. And I'm not really, to tell you the truth, I'm not really sure why I got this, except I probably found something better. I mean, why I dropped this, I probably found something better. Then we have a Mossberg Folding Hunter, frame lock, anodized aluminum. Picked this up at Dunham's. Yeah, at a Dunham's. I actually like this quite a bit. It's flat, it's easy to carry. I love it when they have the quillins that form a little bit of a handguard. Not crazy about holes in the blade ever, but a nice sturdy little knife. I believe this, I'm not sure, but I think this is a Tiger USA brand. Butterfly knife, which was a gift from a friend. Also, this is also the only butterfly knife in my collections. I'm not crazy about butterfly knives, but as they go, this is a nice knife, and it's pretty. It's got that nice pack of wood. Smith & Wesson Karambit. I talked about this one in my video. It's a Karambit, damn it. This is a CK33. Right, and it is a Karambit, but as I talked about it, the pocket clip is arranged poorly for a Karambit. Whoever put the clip on it the way it is doesn't understand how a Karambit is used. But other than that, I really like this knife. It's a lot of fun to play with, feels good in the hand, very beefy, very well constructed. Now this one is going to make like the knife elite guys go crazy, the knife snobs, because this could be classified as a gas station knife. This is a Tac Force. And it is the Tac Force with no model number. This thing was carried for a long time. I had a job where I really wasn't allowed to carry a knife, and so I didn't want to carry anything expensive, and these run about 10 or 15 bucks. And you can see this has seen some use. Now, the job at that time I had involved cutting a lot of boxes and cutting a lot of twine and stuff like that. But they wanted us to use these little itty bitty cheap plastic box cutters. I mean, the kind that they probably bought 10 for $1 somewhere. And the blades were constantly breaking, and it was a pain, so I would sneak this in. Now, they said that if they ever caught anybody with any kind of a weapon on there, that they would call the sheriff and there would be repercussions and they'd probably lose the knife. And while trying to use that box cutter drove me crazy, so I always had this with me, and I kind of did a little thing like this anytime I had to open a box or cut anything. But in case they were true to their word and I lost the knife, I did not want to lose an expensive knife, so 10 bucks. But this thing, I mean, it is very solidly built. The materials aren't that great, but it performed. This is a Kershaw CQC8 with the wave feature because it was collaboration with Emerson. Now, the thing about this is, this was my experiment with the wave feature. I wanted to find out if I would like it. Spoiler alert, I didn't. I have it set up for left-hand configuration because the idea was that if I carried 2 knives at the time and a bang bang, and the idea was that if I was struggling with my right hand to keep hold of one of my other knives or my bang bang, I could deploy this quickly and use it to fend off my assailant, Lizardman Zombie Ninja, excuse me. It's a decent knife, but it had its problems. First of all, I don't like the wave. It is fine motor skills to turn this thing, get it hooked in the pocket, and deploy it. And it takes a lot of practice, and it's still iffy. And second of all, these screws that hold the clip on go directly into the plastic of the blade, or the G10, or glass-filled nylon, or whatever it is, and almost immediately started to work themselves out when I was carrying it with the clip. These are actually super glued in now, so they're stuck. They needed metal sleeves, they needed some inserts to keep this going. Otherwise, it was a decent knife, but I didn't like the wave feature, and they should have taken more care with how the blade is attached. This is a Winchester Ranger, I think it is. Actually made by a company called Bluegrass Cutlery that may not be in existence. This was another one that I EDC'd until I just got sick of it. It took me a while to really decide that I really didn't like serrations on my blades. This is starting to develop a little blade play, but that can be fixed. Nice grip. This was a nice little carry knife. Okay, moving on. If I can get the drawer open. Okay, my CRKT. Oh, what is it? SFC. I will tell you. I should remember this. I carried this forever. Oh yes, M16 ZSF. Another big blade, very well constructed, equivalents with the handguard. The only reason I really stopped carrying this is because I went to a fixed blade, which I didn't show you, and I can't show you because it's upstairs with my everyday carry stuff. But I decided to carry a fixed blade and go to a smaller folder for every day. This one has serrations on it too, but they're far enough back on a blade that they don't get in the way. As you can see, this is no longer sharp because I use this a lot. Still love this knife. May even get another one. But right now it is an Honored Elder in my collection. And it had the locks feature, which I like, which was a little extra safety feature for the liner lock. A lot of people didn't like that, but I did. This is another Cutting Horse. Smith & Wesson Cutting Horse model. Old eyes again. CH0027. This is a really nice little utility knife. Tackle box knife. Everything like that. It's got a really wide grip and a really wide blade. Almost like a Kershaw Shuffle. Nice little slicer. Again, just a nice little everyday, it ain't tactical, multi-purpose knife. This was another one I carried frequently for a long time. Another Smith & Wesson, which isn't bad, is the CKT AC CTAC, I guess. Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops. An okay knife, an average knife. Not a great knife, but a decent knife. Not a whole lot to say about it. This is another Tac Force that I know here. Once again, the knife snobs' heads are exploding. This I got just because I thought it was cool. These Tac Force knives are assisted openers, and they deploy. I mean, it's not the snappiest action in the world, but it works. This one feels really good in reverse grip. I practice with this every once in a while. Yeah, another $10 knife, you know. Knife snobs, go to work. Then we have the Hawkbill, which is the no, it doesn't really say what it is. Boy, I've got to get in there and pay more attention to my folders. These things are getting dirty. I'm kind of partial to my fixed blades, and my other babies are being neglected. I should be punished. I think this is like American Blade Company. I bought this at my local hardware store, Eureka. It's not bad. This is one of the $4, I believe, Ozark Trail hunting knives. Is it Ozark Trail? Or Mossy Oak? I think these are Ozark Trail. Walmart had a bunch of these things for like $4, $5. For $5, these things are actually pretty incredible. They're not going to win any awards for craftsmanship, but they're solid and they'll cut stuff. And again, this is one of those things, put it in your tackle box. If it rusts covered with fish cuts, no big deal. If it's in your toolbox, in the back of your truck, for 5 years before you use it, and it's rusted, and you have to use WD-40 to get it open, it'll still cut, and it'll still be solid, for $5. And I bought a lot of these Walmart things. This is basically the same one. I think this one is a little bit more sturdy, and I like this one better. It's got good jimping here. Nice fit in the hand. Again, tackle box knife, toolbox knife, you know, glove box knife. It's $5. No blade play, fairly decent centering. Yeah, the materials aren't super steel, but $5. You toss in the glove box, you need a knife, you have a knife. Same thing here. This is more of a gentleman's folder, but it's another $4 one. But the thing of it is, a lot of people, I think if you take non-knife people and hand them this and ask them how much they cost, you'll get everything from $5 to about $20. This thing looks good. It's not threatening. This would be like a good thing if you wanted to take a knife to an office job or something. A cheapo Sheffield. Sears used to sell these things. I actually think you pay more for these at Sears when they sold them, but I actually think the Walmart cheapos are better. I actually think the Tac Forces are better. This is the most legendary of the Walmart knives. This is the Tan Flipper. Just look up Tan Flipper on YouTube and you will see this $5 knife do some pretty amazing shit. I think this is a Tiger USA folder. This is another one I kind of got from the looks. It's a nice little snappy assistant opening. I used some Bake-On paint to cover up. This was for the Olympics over there, and they had this cute little chibi character on here, which drove me crazy, so I covered it up. Again, I think this was a $15 knife. I bought this years ago. But look at those liners. Those are nice, thick liners. This is a nice, beefy knife. This is another cheapo that I got basically because I like the styling of it despite the jimping. I like the kind of the stiletto look to it, but it's cheap level plastic scales, nothing to write home about. This is an old-timer folder. Liner lock. It's always been really stiff. It's almost impossible to get open with one hand, but it's nice looking, and I'm not sure it says made in the USA on here, so I'm thinking that this was a Schrade before the Schrade brand got sold to China. So this is an American-made Schrade. I am not sure. I've never really looked into it, but it might be a collectible. I have no idea. I really should find out about that. And in the comments, if anybody does know, let me know. Where's my armor? This is another Smith & Wesson Extreme Ops. The CKST. No, the CK5T. ES or BS. I can't really tell whether it's a B or an A. I hope it's an A. You don't want to end the number with BS. Again, nice little utility knife, nothing to write home about. Okay. Oh, if you hear me remembering myself, I have a Gerber armor around here somewhere, and I thought it was in this case that I'm getting these out of, but it's not, and I really want to find it. I like that Gerber armor. This is another Tiger USA assisted opener. Scales are a little smooth for me, but it's not bad. Tiger USA is actually mostly decent. And if you and I tend to spend more on my fixed blades than I do my folders. I don't like spending a lot of money on folders because I carry my folders and I don't want to lose an expensive knife. And I've got to go look, and when I get done here, I got to go find that Gerber armor. I don't want to lose the Gerber armor. That would be bad. Okay, as far as I know, that's all there is. Except for the ones that I know are elsewhere. I've got a Tomahawk folder somewhere in a pack, and I'm wondering if maybe I put that Gerber armor in a pack now. Mysteries. Well, with that, I bid you to draw your knives only in just purpose. Sheathe them only with armor. See, I'm thinking of that Gerber armor, and I said armor. So, I'm going to start that over again. Here we go again. I can't speak. Draw your knives only in just purpose. Sheathe them only with honor. And remember that without knives, lives would be dull and pointless. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're of that mind. That really makes me happy. And I will post a look to the Nutty Knife Guy Facebook page in the in the description. If you're of a mind, drop down there and come join me on Facebook until I get so disgusted with Facebook that I leave it. I don't have any plans to do that immediately, but it really wouldn't take much. And with that, I bid you goodbye.